A pleasure to me all at last. And now, here we are. This is the fourth last episode that I have in mind. 3 more after this. But we'll do another rail fanning related clip. You might have actually seen this before. In fact, I made a short about it already. But why don't we go ahead and have the full clip put out there, without the voiceovers that I put in. And well, that clip pretty much just showcases a pretty rare example nowadays where private crossings were amongst a bit of a thing to run into at the time. Just to explain it a little bit, this was a former Chicago Northwestern route that of course ran up alongside a former Milwaukee Road route. Now, with both of these older railroads having gone either bankrupt or merged with other railroads, those tracks, of course, had sat mostly unused. Class 2 Railroad Wisconsin and Southern, though, has since taken a hold of a good majority of old trackage, owned by these older railroads. Other railroads, of course, will include some other Class 1s like Rock Island, Sioux Line, and even other smaller ones like Wisconsin and Calumet and Fox Valley. But, of course, that segment in particular that was C&W owned, it did have a few private crossings, which still have the private crossing equipment that you normally see. In this instance, it was a stop sign with crossbucks. Lights, gates, bells were not used in this one in particular. And while a good majority of all the railroading nowadays are going to be having the proper equipment necessary, lights, gates, bells, etc., sometimes they might have other innovations put in which that they can help prevent these sort of atrocities. People try to beat trains over the crossings when over 90% of the time that they fail. On the other hand though, with some crossings having had proper treatment by many drivers, if not all of them, I feel like that's the one in particular that I was up at, which was not far from a small unincorporated community not far from Cedarburg. But in any case though, these tracks, former C&W line, they do cut off, however. There's no more rails, at least that are active. A street known as Rusco Avenue basically separates the likes of the south end, which is the former C&W line, and the other end was originally Fox Valley Railroad owned, until they went defunct in 1993. As of 2006, they have turned those old rails into a scenic trail, but not entirely covering the rails. I get the feeling they might have future plans for it at some time when they need to do so. We'll just have to see how that all works out. Of course, I could go on the fence of talking about all sorts of history related to the railroads, but that might not go so well for the time that we have for these episodes. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more content.